My beloved child, amid the noise and hurry of life, quiet yourself for a moment so you may hear my voice calling you with tenderness. I do not come to make you panic or force you to chase after something in anxiety. I come as a patient father, placing my hand upon your shoulder and reminding you that you are not alone. Whether you are under pressure, in long nights no one understands, or in silent battles, I am still there, seeing and understanding. The words I speak are not meant to make you tremble, but to awaken within you the faith that weariness has covered, and to lead you back to the source of peace that never runs dry. I know you once feared losing what was precious. You feared missing an opportunity, missing a blessing, missing a turning point, missing a sign you had prayed for with tears. But my child, what comes from me does not need to be held through panic. I do not make my grace so fragile that one moment of delay can cause it to vanish from your life. I am faithful, and the things I prepare for you are established on love, not pressure. Even so, I still invite you to be awake, because distraction can keep you from recognizing the small doors opening, the gentle reminders guiding you, and the humble opportunities carrying the seed of a new season. You asked for change, and I heard. You asked for a way out, and I saw where you were standing. You asked for provision, protection, and restoration, and I do not consider those prayers small. I know the bills, the pressure, the lack, the times when you wondered whether you still had enough strength to continue. I know even the moments when you braced yourself so everything would seem fine, while inside you only wished someone could understand the weariness you were carrying. I understand. My beloved, I understand what no one hears. I see what no one asks about. I am near to you, even when circumstances make you think I am silent. But I want you to understand that the breakthrough I give is not only an outward surprise. I do not only want to change your circumstances, I want to change the way you stand within your circumstances. I want to teach you no longer to let fear lead the way, no longer to let lack speak for your worth, no longer to let old wounds decide how you receive what is new. Perhaps you are longing for a great rain, but I may begin with a small stream. Perhaps you are hoping for a massive door to open, but I may begin with timely counsel, a clear idea, an ordinary meeting, or a small opportunity that, if you faithfully care for it, will grow into something you never imagined. Remember Peter when he was imprisoned, his hands bound in chains, the doors guarded, while the church continued to pray. In human eyes, every way out was locked and every hope was fragile. But I sent an angel in the night. Light shone into the darkness. The chains fell from his hands. The iron gate opened by itself, and he walked out of the place that seemed impossible to escape. That miracle did not come so Peter could boast, but to reveal that when I open a way, even the strongest looking doors cannot hold the one I am leading. Do you see? I know how to enter the place where you are bound. I know how to open what you cannot open for yourself. I know how to lead you out of captivity, step by step, in my timing, in the same way, my child. Some chains in your life are not only outward circumstances, there are chains of anxiety, shame, delay, the habit of carrying everything alone, and the fear that if you do not prove enough, you will not be loved. I am touching those chains. I am teaching you to step out of the prison of old thinking. I am opening doors within your heart before you see outward doors open. For if fear still rules within you, then, even if circumstances change, you may still live like a prisoner. But when I make you free from within, you will step into what is new with peace, not with haste. I am also covering your home with the invitation of peace. Not so you will fear what is around you, but so you will know how to care for the place I have entrusted to you with watchfulness. Let your home become a place where good words are spoken, where truth is honored, where anxiety is not allowed to rule every room. Clear away what makes your heart heavy. Check what needs to be checked. Repair what needs repair. Set boundaries where boundaries are needed, and pray with sincerity. My protection is not only an invisible wall around you, it is also the wisdom I place within you, so you know what should be welcomed in, what should remain outside the door, and what needs to be brought into the light. My beloved child, do not let voices make you believe that my blessing can be stolen from my hand. No power is greater than my faithfulness. No darkness can rewrite what I am building when you walk in the light. But you need to learn discernment, because not every bright promise comes from me. What comes from me will not make you more greedy, more fearful, more dependent, or farther from purity. What comes from me brings you back to peace, truth, responsibility, gratitude, and maturity. I do not need you to react loudly to prove your faith. I invite you to live faith through quiet steps of obedience, through faithfulness in small things, through the courage to do what is right, even when no one has seen it yet. Your tears have not been forgotten. Your prayers have not been ignored. The years when you tried to stand firm have not been taken lightly. I saw your heart break in silence. I saw you trying to keep everything together when you yourself needed to be lifted. I do not rebuke you for being tired. I do not turn away when you are weak. I do not leave you because you once doubted. I enter your circumstances with enduring love, not to overwhelm you, but to guide you step by step out of the land of fear. There are things I am preparing that go beyond what you have imagined, but they will come in a way that draws you closer to me, not farther from me. Therefore, open your heart to hope, but keep that hope in wisdom. Expect what is good, but do not let your heart chase exaggeration. Ask for provision, but also ask me to teach you stewardship. Ask for protection, but also live awake. Ask for breakthrough, but also let me correct the places within you that have grown used to delay, fear, and closing themselves to what is new. I do not only want to give a miracle that passes through your life. I want to build a foundation within you so what is good can remain, grow, and bear fruit. Be at peace. My child, I am nearer than the noise of the world, nearer than the fear in your heart, nearer than the questions still unanswered. I will not lose you because you are slow to understand. I will not abandon you because you still tremble. I will continue teaching you to hear the voice of peace. Walk in the light. Recognize what is good, and leave what drains you. At the right time, You will see that I was working in what you could see and in what you could not see. You will understand that my protection covered you through many quiet days. And my provision does not only fill your hands, but steadies your heart. Rise as one who is loved, preserved, and led. And keep walking in the faith that I am still doing what is good for you. My child, what if what you once called delay was actually divine protection I had quietly placed over you many times? You looked at closed doors and wondered why you were being kept away from what you desired. You heard rejection and thought you were not chosen, not sane, not shown mercy. But I want you to understand with a tender heart, not every no is rejection. Some no answers are my hand turning you away from what could have wounded you. I cleared your path of dangers you did not recognize. I protected you in seasons when you thought you were abandoned. I sent protection to stand at the threshold of your life, stopping what would destroy from entering before you even knew it was approaching. My beloved child, this season is not an ordinary season passing like the others. This is a turning point. This is where everything begins to shift, where what was once tangled is restored to order, where the old loses its authority, and where I write a new chapter with my mercy. I am not only bringing you one blessing to ease your heart for a moment, I am bringing a deep transformation. I am erasing the old marks that caused you to live in fear, undoing the cycles that exhausted you, and turning the pain you carried into a platform where my light can be revealed through your life. What once made you cry will no longer be merely a painful memory. It will become evidence that I can restore in the very place where everything seemed lost. You are not alone. I am right here with you. I am the one who opens a way where there is no way, the one who breaks chains, the one who silences the roars that try to make you tremble. I do not change according to your circumstances, nor do I become weaker because of the seasons when you feel exhausted. When you are weak, I lift you. When you lose direction, I lead you back. When you no longer have enough words to pray, I still understand your sighs. I will not leave you, nor abandon you in the middle of an unfinished road. Let this truth keep you steady. My hand is still upon your life, and what I have begun, I have the power to bring to completion in peace. I know you have looked around and seen others moving forward while you were still quietly struggling. I know there were times when your heart sank as you wondered when your turn would come. But do not let comparison or jealousy slip into the place where I am sowing hope. Your path is not slow because I forgot you. Your path is being prepared in a unique way. What I am doing for you will not only lift you up, but will also cause others to marvel, because they will not understand how everything turns so quickly. When I bless, it does not need to fit the narrow reasoning of human minds. What I open will carry a sacred mark, the mark of the right timing, the right hand, and the right peace. Right now, I am entering your home with my gentle presence. I am touching your finances, healing your heart, and breathing new life into dreams you once thought had withered. I am reviving what you thought had ended. You thought the curtain had closed, but I have only begun to open the door that leads you into the land of promise. So do not let this moment pass in hardness of heart. Do not let fear speak louder than my voice. Choose faith instead of confusion, trust instead of doubt, returning to me instead of holding yourself up alone. What you do next will shape how you step into what is about to be revealed. Open your heart, my child, because this is your sacred hour. Every time you wanted to give up, but still chose to stand firm, I saw faith breathing within you. You thought you were only trying to make it through one more day, only bracing yourself so you would not fall, only staying silent so you would not break down in front of others. But my beloved child, in my eyes, that endurance is not small. Every time you wiped your tears and still kept walking, heaven took notice. Every time you hurt, but did not allow pain to turn you bitter, I saw it. Every time you were lonely but still chose to pray, still chose to believe I was near, still chose not to turn away from what was right, I counted it as a precious seed. Nothing in your journey is wasted. Not one tear falls without my knowledge. Not one long night passes without me being there. And not one sorrow of yours is meaningless in my hands. The things you thought were scattered pains have actually been gathered by me to build a miracle. I used your endurance as the foundation for new strength. I used the days when you were misunderstood as the place where humility was formed. I used the moments when you thought you were left behind to teach you to cling to me more deeply than to any human support. And now, I am causing what was prepared in silence to begin moving, not as a vague promise far away, not as something you can only imagine for some unknown day, but as a stream being opened in this very season. I am bringing deliverance over your family, over your home, over old stories that have passed through generations, over fears that have been repeated like a destiny. What once bound you is no longer allowed to keep you in darkness forever. I am placing upon you an anointing to break cycles that have lasted too long, the cycle of lack, the cycle of fear, the cycle of disappointment, the cycle of words that made you believe you could go no farther. I am giving you favor greater than the failures you have experienced, peace deeper than every anxiety that ever made you tremble, and courage stronger than the voices that once made you want to shrink back. You do not receive this because you made yourself perfect. You receive it because I love you with a love that does not run dry, does not change, and is not limited by the seasons when you were weak. My love is not fragile like human emotion. My love has the power to lift you, correct what is misaligned, heal what is painful, and lead you into the freedom you have quietly longed for. I see everything you have gone through. I see those who tried to wound you. I see the people who turned away when you needed support. I see broken promises, shaken trust, and wounds you had to carry in silence. But hear me, they are not the ones who decide your ending. I am your protector. I am your firm refuge when every other support collapses. No plan formed against the purpose I placed within. You can prevail if you remain in me. What they meant to break you, I will use to make you strong. What they meant to shame you, I will use to reveal restoration. What they thought had buried you, I will turn into the place where you rise with a peace they cannot explain. I am covering you with my keeping. There are battles that took place on your behalf that your eyes did not see. There are dangerous doors that were closed before you could step through them. There are words, schemes, pressures, and oppositions that I stopped in the hidden place. You may have thought that one silent prayer of yours was too small, too weak, too brief to create anything. But my child, a sincere cry before me is never small. There were nights when all you had strength to say was, "Please help me," and I heard it fully. There were times when you did not know how to pray, only sat in silence before me. And that very silence became a cry I received. I acted when you thought everything was standing still. I protected you when you thought you were exposed. I cleared the way when you thought there was only a dead end. I cancelled things that were sent to confuse you. I removed barriers that had caused you to stumble again and again. I brought clarity to what was vague, separated you from what no longer belongs to the new season, and prepared before you a table of restoration. That table is not for you to boast before those who hurt you, but for you to understand that I can give peace right in the presence of what once made you afraid. I do not need to remove every opponent before blessing you. I can lift you up in the very place where pressure once existed, so that your steadiness itself becomes a testimony that my hand is still upon your life. Therefore, do not let old delay make you continue expecting disappointment. I am giving you clarity so you can know which step to take, what needs to be released, whom you need to forgive, which door needs to close, and which opportunity needs to be received with wisdom. I am giving you a holy acceleration, not hurried haste, but movement in the right timing. After a long season of preparation, there are things that took years to form within you, and now they will begin to bear fruit faster than you imagined. Because the roots were made deep in the years of waiting, I am restoring beyond what you can picture, not only through outward things, but through inward renewal, a lighter heart, a clearer mind, a steadier walk, and a faith no longer easily knocked down by the first wind. You have waited long enough in tears, but those tears are not proof that you failed. They are the marks of one who passed through fire and still remained tender before me. Now it is time for you to lift your head, not because everything has become completely easy, but because you know I am going before you. Now, it is time for you to step into the new season with pure boldness, not the boldness of pride, but the boldness of one who knows they are preserved. Let the past stay in its place, a place where you learned, hurt, and grew, but not the place where you must live forever. Step forward with open hands, gratitude, watchfulness, and faith that what I am releasing over you will not only lighten your burden, but also make you a source of support for many others. My child, the new season does not come to make you forget me, but to draw you closer to me. Blessing does not come to feed your ego, but to illuminate the purpose I have sown within you. A miracle does not come so you can live carelessly, but so you may become more faithful, more humble, and more in love with what is right. I am calling you to walk boldly, but also to walk in holiness. Says I am calling you to receive, but also to steward. I am calling you to rejoice, but also to remember where the blessing comes from. Stand firm, my beloved child. What once made you cry will not have the final word. What once opposed you cannot rise higher than my hand. I am opening before you a season of blessing, restoration, and wonders, and I will lead you through it with love that will never leave you. My beloved child, I have seen the tears you shed in the secret place. I have seen the nights when you could not tell anyone what you were enduring. I have seen the times when you had to brace yourself beneath burdens that were never yours to carry. The responsibilities you quietly took upon yourself. The pain you hid behind silence. The battles you never put into words. But I say to you, none of these things has been forgotten before me. I also saw the moments when you thought you no longer had enough strength to keep walking. When your heart was weary and your faith seemed fragile. I saw even the times when you blamed yourself, asking why everything had to be so difficult. But my child, even in your weakest moments, I was still there, not leaving you by even one step. I did not look at you with judgment, but with mercy and endless patience. You cried in secret, but I can restore you in the light. You endured quietly, but I can turn those very scars into part of your song of victory. What once made you ashamed will no longer be allowed to define you. What once made you collapse will become the place where I lift you to stand. What once made you think you had lost too much will be touched by my mercy. So you will know that in my hands, no painful season is ever useless. Remember that every wound you carry is not the end, but a place where I can begin something new. I can turn what seemed shattered into something meaningful. And from scattered pieces, I can create a complete picture you never imagined. No, you are not too late. No, you have not missed what I prepared. No, you are not too broken to be restored. You are in the very place where I can meet you, lead you, correct you, and do what only I can do. Sometimes you think you are in a dead end, but in my eyes, that very place becomes the beginning of a new work. Sometimes you think you have been slowed down, but I am restoring the foundation so you can keep walking more steadily. There are slow steps you do not understand, but those very steps are helping you mature. I am not hurried in the way you think, because I see your whole journey, not only the short stretch of road before your eyes. Remain in my presence. Do not rush past the reminder touching your heart. There is a reason your soul is being stirred. There is a reason these words carry unusual weight, not because they are spoken louder, but because they touch what you have quietly prayed for over a long time. I am calling you back to faith, not a hasty faith that runs after easy promises, but a faith that knows how to stand still, listen, and trust in truth. Take time to listen to me in stillness. I do not always speak through great things. Sometimes I speak through a gentle peace in your heart, through a clear thought, through a right decision you can sense. Delay is not always rejection. There are things I held back because your heart needed healing before receiving. There are doors I had not opened because the time was not ripe. There are things I did not allow to come early because I did not want blessing to become a burden to you. But when I open the way, you will recognize that your waiting was not meaningless. You will see that I was with you through every dark night, every choked prayer, every weary step, and every tear no one knew about. The miracle I perform does not need to be built on manipulation or empty promises. I do not lead you through vague shortcuts. I do not tell you to place your hope in mystical sayings, hidden secrets, or advertisements that strike at your lack. I lead you through truth, wisdom, peace, and enduring steps of obedience. What comes from me will not force you to act in panic. What comes from me will not exploit your financial pain. What comes from me will bring light, order, and clarity. If you are carrying a financial burden, bring it before me honestly. Ask me for wisdom to steward, courage to face reality, clear-mindedness to avoid traps that promise things too easily, and endurance to rebuild step by step. I can open doors you cannot open by yourself, but I also want to teach you to walk in responsibility. I can provide, but I also want to heal the fear of lack within you. I can restore, but I also want you to discern between true blessing and an invitation disguised as a miracle. You do not need a few magical words to be seen by me. You do not need a secret formula to be loved by me. You do not need to chase things promising to erase every hardship in an instant in order to prove your faith. True faith is not gullibility. True faith clings to me, seeks wisdom, walks in the light, and refuses what does not carry peace. Let me renew the way you see restoration. Restoration is not only an unexpected sum of money or a circumstance changed in a flash. Restoration is also when you have enough peace not to make the wrong decision. Restoration is when you recognize a trap before stepping into it. Restoration is when you learn to steward what is small, correct what is misaligned, close what is toxic, and build a steadier life under my guidance. Believe that every small step you are taking has value. Every right choice, however small, is helping build your future. I do not take small things lightly, because it is from them that I create great things. My beloved child, when my miracle comes, it will not lead you away from me. It will draw you closer to me. It will not make you proud, but grateful. It will not sweep you into illusion, but help you stand firm in truth. You will know that I have always been beside you, that my promise has not failed, that your faith was not foolish, that your prayer was heard, that your tears in the night were not wasted, and that waiting in me always has meaning. Therefore, stand firm. Do not let desperation make you believe voices that do not come from me. Do not let lack make you hurriedly hand your future to promises without foundation. Choose truth instead of illusion. Choose wisdom instead of haste. Choose peace instead of agitation. I am still working in your life, and what I do will carry light, healing, order, and love that never runs dry.